I'm very pleased and very honored to speak to you about my good friend and my colleague, Senator Joe Day. Senator Day and I were appointed to the Senate within a year of one another, so we spent a lot of time working together. We were both on the Defense Committee. We were both very involved with the NATO Parliamentary Assembly. And in fact, Senator Day just finished up his role as International Vice President of the Parliamentary Assembly.
His contribution as a senator as well as a practitioner in the IP field has been tremendous. It has been just wonderful to have somebody in the high levels of government who is first of all knowledgeable and secondly interested in IP.
In December of 2018, the budget bill, C-86, was passed. Within that bill, a College of Patent and Trade Agents was created. This was due in no small part to the work that Senator Day did with IPIC. He has worked tirelessly in Parliament and in the Senate in particular on making things better in terms of intellectual property.
While not something we think about every day, intellectual property protection actually plays a huge role in our lives. New products, new inventions, new methods of manufacturing drive our economy and improve the well-being of all Canadians.
I first became acquainted with Joe in the early 1970s. At the time, he was an associate with the then firm Sim Hughes. I soon found out that Joe had impeccable credentials for a successful career in the field of IP. He was a graduate in electrical engineering from RMC. He received his JD degree in law from Queen's, and then if that wasn't enough, he got a master's degree in law from Osgoode Hall.
I was a student at the time at University of Waterloo, and I was looking for a career. And I found a list of patent agent people in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. And so I phoned up a few of these people, and no one returned my call, except one fellow, Joe Day. Joe actually asked me to come over, and he told me about patent agency and how you become a patent agent. And we had a great chat. And at the end of it, I was so excited about patent law. I went home and I said to my mom, I know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Joe was the reason that I got into patent law. He was so engaging. That first interview is still like absolutely set in my mind. And so I have a lot to thank Joe for. When I got on IPIC and started to come to the IP Day, Joe was there. And I saw Joe across the room, and of course, I mean, he changed my life. He changed the course of my career. And so I recognized him right away. I saw him and I thought, wow, like, is he gonna remember me? And so I went across the room and I went, excuse me. And he turned around and he knew my name. Like, is that not amazing? So he knew my name after all those years, and it would have been 15, 20 years. And he remembered me, but that's just the kind of guy that Joe Day is.
Senator Day also has a wicked sense of humor. Those of you who know him well know that smile that he has and his very dry humor. Senator Day and I were in Denmark at NATO meetings, and I had one of the lenses in my glasses was quite loose, but that was okay. I went to the reception anyway. As we're standing around at the reception, which was hosted by the ambassadors of Canada and Denmark, we were talking with delegates from the other countries. And suddenly the lens fell out of my glass and dropped into Senator Day's drink. He looked up at me with that little smirk that he has, and he said, "Oh my, I guess I'm going to have to get another drink."
When he was a senator, and I was visiting Science Day with Joe, and we went around to the various students who had their programs and initiatives and projects and things like that. And after it was all done, Joe and a friend of his from New Brunswick and I went out for dinner. And Joe, being Joe, when I should have known this from years back, forgot his wallet. So guess who paid for the dinner that Joe invited me to? You got it, me. But that's a senator's trick, I'm told by a lot of people.
Senator Day has been great hosting us at the Senate during World IP Days. I remember a couple of years ago, there was a young researcher, a high school student. She's probably about 12 or 13 years old. And she was introduced to tell the audience a little bit about her research. And she got up to the podium, elbowing aside an MP so she could get to the microphone. It was one of the most articulate speeches I've ever heard from anybody, regardless of age or experience. And I was standing beside Senator Day, and he said, "Well, I'm glad I don't have to follow that."
Joe is so engaging. He's passionate about whatever he's doing. He was passionate about patent law then. He's passionate about his position now in Senate. And he's passionate about intellectual property. And so thank you so much to Joe. Thank you personally. Thank you from IPIC.
Thank you, Joe, for all you have contributed to Canada, to your beloved New Brunswick, and to our field of IP.
Joe Day has been a marvelous asset to the IP community as a senator and in this world.
Senator Day, Joe, I'm pleased to join you tonight from the Kennebecasis River, an area that you have proudly represented for so many years. And I'm honored to join you, and I'm honored to have served with you over the last several years. You have done a tremendous service for New Brunswickers and for Canadians, and I hope you enjoy your retirement to the fullest.
Joe, I'll miss you in the Senate, and I wish you and Georgie nothing but the best in whatever you choose to do, because I know that for you, you will never just sit back and retire. Perhaps you'll even take up golf and you'll come and visit us again in Florida. Best wishes.